How are you?
Hey Shri, I'm good. How are you doing?
Very well. So, how has been life? It's been long
Life's,
since we met, though.
I know it's been a really long time, no? A few
Yes.
months. Life's been very good.
Good.
Things are going good, touch wood. And yeah, looking forward to some good signups. We'll talk about that also.
Absolutely.
So,
So, not to delay you any further, let me jump into the conversation readily. So, Raji, thanks for your time. And today I just wanted to spend a few minutes with you and take your views, your thoughts about the Coaching Unlimited program that thankfully we kind of attended together and
yeah.
we had some great time. Meaning it was a complete overall experiential uh, program in a long time, at least for me. And yeah, so based on that, I would want to ask a few questions, and if you could, share whatever comes to your mind from purely based on your experience. Yeah,
Sure, sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Would
right,
love to.
right, right. So the very first one being, what kind of support did the Coaching Unlimited program provide you when, to become a successful coach
Hmm.
holistically?
Yeah. So I think the key word is holistically there, right? I've been a coach for almost 10 years now, and I've attended a lot of coach trainings. And up until now, I focused a lot on the coaching competencies and the personal growth aspects, right? But this was the first time that I saw such a balanced, holistic, the pyramid that
Mm.
Subhash draws, right? And I never thought of the business aspect as being the third pillar.
Mhm.
And I think that was big a big support. Like, I mean, for me to even realize that uh, it is there for you to become commercially successful, for you to help people. That's a very important pillar. I think that was a absolute and an eye opener, right? That the business intelligence also that I got from the group, right, when we were working on our proposals and our
Yeah.
like what is your price point, what should I price it at, what is my time worth. So a lot of those things that really made me think about that, right? So that was definitely one. And I think from a coaching perspective, my contracting has gotten a lot more sharper, Shri. Like if you remember that demo session of discovery, I think that PK did was very strong, so on point, so powerful, and that followed by that coaching roadmap that he sends out. So that from the day I stepped out of CU, I've been following that with good touch wood, good results. I'm seeing a big uh, increase in people signing up, the effectiveness of the discovery session. And I'm realizing it's so powerful that at the end of that session you send out something to a person saying this is what we spoke about, these are the areas we're going to explore, and this is how we can expect the needle to shift, right? It does two things. One is it kind of gives them hope that okay, this is doable, right? And the second thing is they feel so heard and seen, right? The minute they get that coaching roadmap, like, oh my God, she's got it bang on. So I think that's been very powerful on the coaching side. In fact, recently one of the senior leaders whom I was coaching, I mean, I did the discovery session for, went back and spoke to the other partners and said, let's do something with her for the larger organization because her discovery session was so on point. She totally nailed what I wanted to do. So all of that was thanks to PK and how to do the discovery session. And I think the other big support was also just that community, right, of people wanting to grow together, giving each other. I've also partnered with some people from Coaching Unlimited, so that's helped increase my revenue. So I think these are the three ways that I think that I've got a lot of support or benefit from having attended CU.
Great, great. And very happy to see that, it's all a positive trend.
Yeah.
And yeah, um, and the takeaways that you mentioned were really powerful tools that we got from that session for sure. Yeah, just adhering to it is the key.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
Like with anything, no?
yeah. So on those lines, and we say that this is a holistic program, and that is how we experience it. So my next question would be for you is, if you could kind of highlight or talk about a key shift within you as an individual after attending the session, also a shift in the way you have been coaching people.
Hmm. So I think definitely one big shift is in terms of mindset, right? I think it helped really resolve a lot of uh, guilt that I had about charging market. I wouldn't say help resolve, but I'm in a much better place, right? That was one. The other thing is also I don't think I've ever been a big thinker, right? I don't play big, I don't think big, and that was a big mirror to myself that oh, why am I thinking so small, right? And I think for the big thing for me, I remember from CU was one of those days when we were talking about building a 1 crore business, and I actually worked out the math, and for the first time, I kind of proved it to myself that it was possible. And like that, the limiting belief got shattered that this is a service oriented profession and you shouldn't be charging so much money. From that to uh, just seeing that it's possible, Shri, that itself was so powerful that, you know, I don't know when I'm going to do it, but it is possible. Compared to earlier, no, 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 that is not for me. So that mindset shift was very huge.
And yeah, I'm waiting to to see your update that you have touched your 1 crore. That
Yeah.
is a very
And
happy.
whenever that happens, God willing.
We shall celebrate. Yeah, and the other question, the other aspect that I would like to understand from you is, anything with any specific shift in the way you have been coaching people after attending the coaching unlimited.
I think one thing is being a lot more comfortable with challenging them, right? I think my default style tends to be more soft, more empathetic, more warm, more cheerleader. Let's celebrate your strength, which is very good. And I don't want to change that. That's a huge part of who I am. But I really feel that we're doing a disservice to our clients if we're not pushing them, if we're not um, challenging ways of thinking, assumptions, right? I'm really failing as a coach, and that is something that I'm seeing that I'm doing in a way that's very comfortable for me, right? In a way that's still soft, still empathetic, but it's a pushback, and that I'm very very happy in the way that I've coached. One big change that I can see.
Great. So on those lines, and because we have been talking about, you kind of touched upon a few points in your first response. So my question to you would be, if at all we want to talk about the ROI from attending this Coaching Unlimited program, what would be your response to that?
ROI, I don't know how to give it a specific number. I don't know how to quantify it, but for sure, I think my per hour, my average coaching rate has gone up, right? And actually, now that you're asking me, I'm very interested to go back and see by how much, that would really prove to me that I'm on the upward trajectory. Um, and it's happened because I've also said no to a lot of work that wasn't fulfilling me, right? It's not about the money, but it wasn't fulfilling and it wasn't also paying that much. So, really looking at what is my time worth, that itself has been a big ROI. And it's like I'm saying, it's not just quantitative. When I'm saying no to work that does not fulfill me, I have so much more time on my hands to do things that I want to do that fulfills me, whether it's pro bono work or anything. And that ROI is immeasurable, right? When I get time by saying no, it's not just about saying yes to high paying jobs, but saying no to low fulfilling jobs. That has been phenomenal. So there's lesser irritation and resentment that I'm living with. And there's just more ease, I would say, that. So I'm very clear now that I will work with good people. I want to do really good work and I want to earn market rate. So these are my three criteria in that order for taking on anything. And I've been saying no to a lot of work that does not fulfill any one of those criteria. So I don't know how to quantify that ROI, but
I think you've already quantified it. The number wise, you've said that, your average rate has increased, and then holistically, you've been able to get some real good clients because you've been able to say no to
yeah,
those, uh,
yeah,
based on the three criteria. And that itself, I think, is a great shift.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
To have a
So I
clear,
think
yeah.
to quantify it further, I can easily say that it saved me maybe 10, 15 hours a month just saying no to unfulfilling work, right? So there's the time and then there's the that I've avoided so many unwanted negative emotions. So that is huge. That's another big benefit from CU, which I missed to add, was that I remember Subhash saying any opportunity that you get, just put your hand up for doing demos, for coaching. That's how you get better. And so that's also something that I'm trying, like irrespective of who's watching, who's in the room, if there are other coaches or participants, I'm like raising my hand and saying, let's coach. I will coach you in public forums. And that's really helped with, I think, courage and confidence. So I think the only thing is, yeah, maybe demos would have been a nice thing that I can think of, but otherwise it pretty much ticked all the other boxes.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Raji. I think there ends my set of questions, and thanks for your time and willingly and being transparently, sharing about your experience and everything else. So, wishing you the very best.
Thanks, Sri.
Any other thoughts that you would like to wrap up with?
No, nothing at all. I think I think the only thing I want to say is that I wish I had done this program earlier so that my base would have been set uh, 10 years ago. So that's the only thing that I want to close with. Thanks, Shri. It's been lovely speaking with you.
Same, yeah. Wishing you the very best.
Thanks, Shri. You